Hello there, and welcome to another The Hunter Classic gameplay video. My name is Wimpoman, and in this video, as you can see, I'm going to be taking part in the Flip-Flop Day event. I don't know what flip-flops have to do with The Hunter, but there you go. Apparently it's Flip-Flop Day today, and The Hunter is celebrating it for some reason. So, I'm going to be doing the mission. This is the mission here. When I get to the end of it, I'll get a tripod stand and 3,000 gems, which is pretty nice. That is what it entails. So every animal needs to be unspooked. Reading this, I think I've just learnt something about harvesting an unspooked animal mission, or missions that require that in the Hunter, in that if you spook something and it runs away, it seems like you can wait for it to stop being nervous once it's finished fleeing, and then it will count as unspooked again. That's what that reads to me. Anyway, beside the point. All these need to be unspooked, and they need to be taken without using any tower or tree stand or ground blind. So a Bobcat scoring more than 6, a Banteng scoring more than 120, a Eurasian Lynx scoring more than 8, a Sambar Deer scoring more than 150, a Rusa Deer scoring more than 110, a Puma scoring more than 12. The next two are going to be the harder ones. A Roe Deer scoring more than 120, and a Red Fox scoring more than 22. Activate that mission. Did it do it? Did it do it? Hello? We're having technical difficulties today. Anyway, right, beside the point, I'll check in game if that's activated. So, competitions. Now, in order to qualify for these up here, which is the rewards for the campaign, which is single player this time, as it were, it's not a community campaign. I need... so I'm going to ignore the slaps. It's quite funny, but I'm going to ignore the slaps and just call it 1,200 points. Now I know that apparently the competitions each reward 100 points just for entering them. At the moment there's only one active, and the active one is this. It is the highest scoring Alpine Ibex shot from less than 30 meters. Now I'm not going to worry too much about trying to win that competition, but I am going to take part in it, and I'm going to go and do that now. So I'll open up the game and I'll see you on Val-des-Bois in a bit. But as far as that mission is concerned, mission activated, good. After I've got the Alpine Ibex from less than 30 meters, I'm going to go to Pyjamas Bay to get the Banteng, the Sambar and the Rusa. And then... well, I'll decide which order I'm doing the rest in after that. But I know I want to end on the Roe Deer, because the Roe Deer also give you points towards this campaign. And they're on the same map that the fallow deer are on, and at the moment I'm still trying to complete fallow deer mission 10. So I'm going to go to Hirschfelden to get Roe Deers, and hopefully along the way I'll find the fallow deer for the mission that I've been needing, but that has been elusive up until now. Yeah, so that's the plan anyway. So I will see you over on Val-des-Bois. Right, here we are in the mountains of Val-des-Bois. I am wearing a full... yeah, camera's broke, not letting me turn it round. Oh, there we go. So I'm wearing a full 7-piece of Alpine camo. Up in these mountainous areas, that's the camo that's the primary. However, there are kind of trees and forestry areas dotted about. I'm going to have to try and avoid those since my camo won't work in them. Equipment wise, I'm bringing the Mosin Nagant because that's the one I'm currently working on leveling up to level 5. And just in case something comes close that I need to get out of the way, I am bringing the snakebite bow as well. But that's basically it. So I've taken everything else that I don't need out of my inventory. So there's nothing up here that have any callers for luring them over. So I'm not bringing any of that. Yeah, so I'm quite lightweight today. Right then, so I'll go try and find some Ibex now, and I'll bring you back when I find some. Oh, I forgot to talk about my plan. So, I've spawned at this tent. So I'm going to head that direction, northeast-ish, and check this area. And then, assuming I don't find anything decent, I shall fast travel to that lodge, climb up the rocks there and check this area out because there's quite often plenty of Ibex there as well. Right, plans. Okay, see you in a bit. Or knowing my luck in this game, see you next week. Okay, there's one. A male one. He's going to keep moving away from that point, but I'm going to try to go and get him. So if he's walking forward, I'm going to put the dot... No, I'll leave the dot where he was, and I'll just try and cut him off. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm getting closer. Go away, Tom, again. Thank you. There is actually another male to my right, but he doesn't score quite as good as this one. So I am going to try and keep on this one, but annoyingly they're both walking away from where I'm coming. Yeah, gonna try and risk standing up every once in a while. Well, go into a crouched position just in an effort to try and keep up with him. I've also taken the scope off the rifle. I'm hearing footsteps. Now, if this is a female, I'm going to try and take it with the bow just to get her out of the way. But if it's a male, I will take it for the challenge, for the competition. Where are you? Yeah, camo's still working. Oh, piss off. No, you saw nothing. Okay. After that failed attempt, I'm going to keep trying to get the male. So this is the problem with this sort of mission. Once you get close and you're having to crawl in order to get within the designated distance, you have to crawl, and then of course you can't see where they've gone. So I crawled towards what I thought was its tracks, but that turned out to be the female that I missed with the bow. And I haven't found any of its tracks yet. It's given me no audio clue, not even footsteps, so I have no idea where it's gone. That's another female. Ah, There's one. That's the smaller male that I saw. Oh, wait. No, that's probably going to be a female, if anything. Oh, was it him again? Just he moved that quick. Okay. Well, assuming I can get close to him, he'll have to do... Let's get my close range finder out. The close range finder. Range. Okay, I can see him through the grass and... One dead ibex. Definitely within 30 meters. Yeah, it's a shame I didn't find the bigger one, because at least on the leaderboard it would have looked like I was trying. But still, I don't care. Okay. Okay, so this is the track of the one that was originally here. I might just go and have a look and see where he went, just to pique my curiosity. Yeah, and that one there is the blood of him. Yep, okay, since those two aren't very far away, I'm going to get his 3 tracks and then I'll pick him up. I'm not holding out much hope for him being very big, that's what she said. And then is that the other guy or a female? That's the other guy. Okay. Right, let's grab him. Get a qualifying entry into the competition. At least. See? What? See? Shot him from the front. I know I'm saying see like you're going to remember. I was having a moan in another video. I think it was Val-des-Bois missions 5, 6, 7 and 8. I think it was, or something like that, and I was trying to get the fallow in the lungs from that one tower, and it was pretending I was hitting them in the intestines, and I was moaning about was it the hogs or the boar? I can't remember, but that's a perfect example. I shot it from the front, and it fell over immediately. It's trying to pretend I only hit the intestines. It's just rubbish. It makes it up. No way. How was that position 1? Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go find this guy. If I can, I might bag him, but I don't think I'll bother showing it on camera in order to up the position. But, yeah, I'll see you next on Piccabeen Bay for those 3 species over there. I'm going to have a bit of a moan. That's right, moan time with Wimp. Look at that track dome in front of me. It's no wonder I can't quite often find where something has gone. How am I expected to see that? If I move back, yeah, look. Oh, there it is. No, it's gone. There it is. No, you look right at it, you can't see it. You need to look that way to see it. I mean, seriously, so this is the tracks of the bigger ibex that I thought I'd follow. I mean, it's no wonder I didn't find it when I crawled up there, because the last time I looked at him on camera, he was feeding, and then he stopped feeding as I was crawling towards him and walked, what was that, maybe 50-ish meters? Oh, 150-ish meters. But there you go. But yeah, I mean, what's that? Why is that track dome so far under the ground? Moan. Moan, bloody moan. Anyway. There's something moving around near me. I don't know if it's the buck I've been tracking. Can't see it. There. 160 to 265, and it's the guy I was tracking. Ooh. Female. Ah, I guess. Based on the size of the horn, so it's another male. It's a small one though. How did he end up with... okay. Okay, so... this one should be bigger than my last. And at the moment... So... I mean, I did say I wasn't going to bother trying to win. I mean, it's not a massive increase. But, you know, it'll do for now. So that will be it. I'm not going to bother keep trying. Right, so now I will definitely see you over on Piccadeen Bay. Yeah, cool. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are in my bright green pyjamas. So, I'm bringing the 340 Weatherby for the Banteng and the Sambar, because it's still only level 4 and I need to get it up to level 5. Also bringing the snakebite still, and the Mosin Nagant is in my pocket. My plan is going to be to do the river run for the Banteng, down there-ish, maybe as far as that tower, and then I shall head up north into this area for the Sambar and the Rusa. So, I'll see you when I find something. Okie dokie, update time. I've been tracking a Rusa buck. That's the X, as you can see, on the hunter mate that I've been following. And then I got a call from another one, roughly where the red dot is. So I went and used the caller over there somewhere, and hopefully I'll bring both of them in, because I'm about a half hour behind the last track there, so you never know. And just to make sure I don't spook the one I have been following, I will bow this one, this new one. That's the plan anyway. Right, there's the second one that called 90 to 140 and I need over 110. So it's possible. Righto. Time to bow. Okay, now I'm going to wait for a mow just to see if the second one makes a call. Or technically the first one, actually. Alright. I'm going to pick this guy up, see if he qualifies. And then I'll get back to tracking the first one if he doesn't. More than 110? Hey! Look at that! Cool. Right, that's that objective then. So I still have yet to find a Banteng bull. I found the tracks of a cow so far, but not a bull. So I'll go back to looking for that. Yes, indeed. I did see you already, but thank you for letting me know you were there. Look at that score. That was a bit of a poor shot. It looked like he stopped walking just as I took the shot. Oh well. At least I got a shot on him. Oh. Okay, it was a better shot than I thought. Lol 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 lol. Right, so the Banteng I needed over 120 and the lowest part of his estimate was 135. So he's definitely going to complete that objective. So then I'll fast travel up north and get the... Oh! So that Roe Deer was around here somewhere. 1 to, what was that, 1 to 13 I think it said? Yeah. Right, so I'll just get this guy's tracks, because I'm Not at max tracking for any of the animals on this reserve, other than the feral hog, but that's because they're fucking everywhere on other reserves. Okay. Is objective complete. So if it's the Sambar I need, that's 2 supplies. That's also 2 supplies. Good. Now, one of these is that one. I think I put the double tree stand in Binky the Hunter's Sambar golden tree stand place, and then this one I believe is Who Cares is golden tree stand. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to do that tree stand, then those. Or it's still a that, isn't it? But yeah. Right with it. Wish me luck. I'm going to keep recording just in case. Female. That-ish way. Alright. I'll see you when I find a Sambar stag then. I spy with my spotting scope a 190 to 225, and I only need 150. Yes. So, how is my scent eliminator? It's fine. So I'm just going to get to this little ridge in front of me, next to this trapped dome here. And then we'll see if we can take a shot. So in case anyone was shouting at the screen, no, don't go to the tree stands, you can't use them. I hadn't forgotten. It's just I know that this area has, you know, a ridge line that I'm on now, and is usually good for Sambar. Right. Where have you gone? You're there. Behind the tree. No, you're not. Oh, come on, game. Give me a better shot than that. I can hear something moving near me. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to hear that on YouTube, but there was something the other side of this ridge near this tree. Yeah. Rushed the shot, but luckily it looks like I did a decent job. Okay. Can I get his blood? Yes, I can. Right, so I'll see you when I pick him up. I'm just going to grab all the tracks. Rightio. 196. Compared to my PB... which one of these is Sambar there? Okay, 232 is my best. But still, good enough for the mission. Thank you, game. I mean, you made it a little bit awkward, but I managed. Okay, so, Bobcat, Loggers Point, I think. So I'll see you there. Right then, Loggers Point. Weapon-wise, I'm bringing the 7mm Aut 8 Scout bolt action. Scout? Yeah, I'm hoping its built-in bipod will help me with getting a slightly longer range shot, because I don't want the Bobcat to get too close and spot me. Clothing-wise, I'm in a 7-piece summer field, so I need to stay away from the forest areas. Of course, I am heading over to that tower there because it's always very good for bobcats. Now, obviously, I won't be able to take the shot from that tower, but I am going to pop in it quick and just have a look at, you know, the lumps and bumps around and where I might want to lie down and wait. I'm also bringing... Nope. I'm also bringing the Bobcat scent spray. As you see, I am carrying another e-caller, but you can't place them within, what is it, 500 meters? 400 meters of another one. So I've got the wee spray just in case I need it and I'm still within range. So I'll see how I get on. I'm thinking... because I'm in field only camo, I might have to stay away from that one. Yeah, see, it's a bit difficult really when you need to stay out of the stands. So I got 4 e-callers in total. I might have to try this one down here, because I think both of these are in foresty areas. So yeah, I'll have to see how I get on. Oh, I'm not in my trench. Right, well then, I'll see you when I find a bobcat that's estimated score of 6 or over. Rightio then, I made it to the tower. You can see my little dot already on the hunter mate. I had a call from a male bobcat over there. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's going to be good enough. But the plan is... I think I'm going to pop myself on that little bit of a mound there, turn on the caller, and hopefully I'll get a view as it comes in. Yeah, it might not be the best plan in the world, because I'm not sure exactly how high that little lump is, but it's worth a try. Right, I've got myself set up near the little lump. I'm not exactly on it, and I am on a bit of a wonk, but it'll do. There. I can hear the meow of another one to my right now. Right, so hopefully I can spot this male as it comes in. And hopefully it scores more than 6. The game is paused because I just found a bobcat. Now it's not the male, it's a female. But its estimated score is 6 to 8. And she's there. So I'm going to try to get up on this boulder here. Or that one maybe might be better. And then get a shot on her. No idea. It's been a while. I mean over half an hour. Nearly an hour. And that male didn't come at all. I don't know why. Okay. Right, where is she? There. Okay. Okay, she's fully tracked. And she should score more than 6. Yay. There we go. So, Lynx next, off to Hemmeldal. I'll see you when I get there. Okay, Hemmeldal. So same story as last time. I'm going to go to where the e-callers are and just refrain from using the stands. So I've spawned there. Let's do that and then that. And then if I can be bothered, I shall do that, I think. Wish me luck. Right. I've just heard 2 meows. I'm pretty sure they were in different directions. I could be wrong, but I think there's one Lynx that way and one Lynx that-ish way. And I'm right down here near the border in the southwest corner. I've gone up there next to that rock and at the end of that grass and put down some Lynx spray. You probably saw There's an e-caller up there, and obviously I'm too close to that because you can't put them within 400 meters of each other. So hopefully the urine spray will do. I've made a note of when I put it. I do this quite often unless I forget, but I write down the time in the chat that I put it down, and then the time that it will run out by on the Hunter Mate, of course. Oops, wrong button. I want to come out of there. So it hasn't been long. This is actually the second hunt. Now the first hunt I spooked a lynx not very far away. So it's a bit warm in England land, so my windows are open, and therefore the traffic noise might be, well, will be louder than usual. I apologise for that, but I'm afraid it's warm and the windows will need to be open. Sorry about that. So I spooked a lynx, so I couldn't be bothered to go after it, and then I went and played grounded with my friend. So this is actually the second hunt, and as you probably saw from my route, I've been trying my best to stick to the winter forest areas, because that's where the camo works. So yeah, here I am now. I was making my way up to where that e-caller was, but obviously I haven't quite got there yet. Right, I'll bring you back if and when one of these lynxes arrives. Ooh. Oh. I just saw it. I just saw it walking. But because I'm on the mound I'm on sort of points downward, and I couldn't look up. Okay, that's not a bad view actually. Let's give that a try. Yeah, it's a bit on the wonk. I saw it up in the background. There you are. So it needs to be over 8. Ah. Okay. I think I'm going to have to take it regardless then. I thought I had the spotting upgraded or leveled up enough so I could see them, but quick check for any more. No. Okay. Oh, as you could probably tell, I'm surrounded by ptarmigans as well. They're doing their little chattery noise. Sweet little things. Well, as sweet as they can be in a 100-year-old game. I mean, they look a bit polygonal. No. That'll do. Right, I'm going to pick up this guy's tracks. Or it might have been a girl, I wasn't paying attention. Is that you? No. I couldn't find its track. Ooh! That's very nice. I mean, it's not quite my highest. My PB is 10.9, but considering it's way over the required for the mission. Ta-da! Righto then, so Timbergold Trails for the Puma. Puma, as we say in England. We say pew. And the next competition is actually doable on Timbergold Trails because it's a Mule Deer. So I better pack my grunt caller. Join. Right, well then, see you on Timbergold. Right then, plans. So first, I am in a... Oh, it's not... Oh, yeah, it is going to let me turn around. So, I'm in a mix of fall field and fall forest at the moment. Flashy, flashy. Why were you doing that? Yeah, so I've got a 4-piece of field and a 3-piece of forest. And then when I head up north into the mountains, I'll replace the field with Alpine. Oh, okie dokie then. Shit. You're up there, are you? Right. So, my plans were I was going to go to the river, cross it, and then do roughly a river walk along this side of the river for mule deer. Might not actually need to at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. And then it'll be for the pumas. I shall do my usual thing of spawning here, fast travelling to that tent, and then I shall check that area, including down here in this kind of pit area, and they're sometimes up here and they're sometimes on this mountain. I might actually not bother going into the tunnel this time, because usually I check those three and then I go into the tunnel and fast travel up to here, but I might actually walk that this time, because it seems since I put all these bits of equipment down, there doesn't seem to be very often pumas in these areas. So, you know, go figure. Equipment wise, I'm bringing all the callers I need to. I'm keeping in the map for now. And weapon wise, I'm bringing the snakebite bow in case I need to take anything out quietly. And I'm bringing the 300 caliber rifle, which is permitted ammo for both the Puma and the Mule. So that'll save me having to bring two different weapons, although sometimes I do anyway, just because I want to level up at the moment the Mosin Nagant. Right, let's see what this buck is about. So I will bring you back when I got something to show you. Right then, I got myself into a bit of a position. I've made the call down there somewhere and got up onto a bit of high ground. Now I haven't actually seen the buck enough to get a score estimate, but I'm not all that fussed so long as I qualify for the competition and I get my 100 slap dollars. Yeah. But according to its last call... Oh, I was looking a little bit to the right. Oh, there he is. He's between the trees. There we go. Get a spot on him and then take him regardless. 130 to 185. Meh. Big bada boom. Cool. Let's go get him. I don't need to pick up his tracks because I'm already max level for tracking the mule deers. Was a single shot. Trophy integrity is 100%. So 83 plus 146 times by 100 is the competition entry. 34th. Get in. Right, well then I'll see you up north in the mountains for the Puma then. Okay, new hunt. I got my Alpine camo on. I'm currently in a forest, but that's what the grey bits are. And red dot down there because as soon as I fast travelled, which I ID'd and it's down there. Now, right on the tent was a group of the bighorn sheep. So it's possible that this Puma would have spooked. Let me swap that out. This is going to be a long range shot, I expect. I am carrying the Puma scent spray. Which camo is active here? Forest. I'm wondering if it's worth going forward a bit and putting down a spray. Range? About 150-ish. So yeah, that's far too far. So it's among that lot, I expect, somewhere. If it's still there. Alright, I'm gonna put down some spray. I'll come back here and I'll see you when I'm I've returned. Unless, of course, I spot it through the trees and then I can take a shot. Okay, it's moving in this direction. Can I get up on this rock? I can. That way. Okay, it's good to know it's still here. There it is. There it is. Score. It needs to be... okay. So it needs to be more than 12. Okie dokie. I'll get its 3 tracks and I'll see you when I pick you up. Right then, all 3 tracks have been picked up. Is it over 12? Survey says it is over 12. That's a pretty nice Puma, over 15. Lovely. Alright. Right then, so up please. So red fox is next, and then after that is Roe Deer. Now Roe Deer is on Hirschfelden, which I want to end upon because so is fallow deer, and I'm still trying to do the fallow deer mission. But red foxes are there as well. But the thing is, I think I prefer Bushrangers Run for red foxes. So I think I'm actually going to see you there. And then we'll just focus on Hirschfelden for the roes and the fallows. Right then, I'll see you in Aussie land then, I suppose. Okay, Bushrangers Run. Equipment. I'm bringing the 7.62 times 54, just in case I see a rare or a nice feral hog, kangaroo or feral goat or axis deer. Of course the snake bite in case I need to take something out quietly. But for the fox I'm again bringing the 7mm 08 scout rifle in the black flavour this time. A couple of callers of course, and a full 7-piece of the arid camo again of course. Plans, I'm gonna check this area first, then this area next, then I'm gonna head north and check up here, and actually over here as well. And then I'm going to fast travel down south to this lodge, where I'm going to check up on these cliffs and over in this area over here. I was going to say maybe I could go north as well, because here's quite good. Maybe I'll do that first, actually. Fast travel there, go there, then head south. Yeah, that's a good idea. But by the time I get here, I'm probably going to be bored and want to start a new hunt. But we'll see how it goes. Right, I'll bring you back when I find something. Where am I going? Over there. Again, I have remembered I can't use the stands. Don't worry. If you're shouting at the screen, you can't use the tripod. I know. Thank you. Okay, I've already found my first fox. Scores 15 to 28. It needs to be over 22, so I'm not very hopeful. And that's how far I've walked. You can just see my triangle peeking out the side of the tent I've just spawned at. But it might not be good enough. Oh, she did call, by the way. That's how I found her. I wasn't eagle-eyed enough to see her over there amongst the rocks and through the bushes. Joe, I might just do the call from here. I think she's within range. So the problem is the rifle I'm carrying, of course, has the built-in bipod, as you saw earlier in the video. So it needs to be flattish, groundish. That grass is a bit of a problem. If I can... Yeah, there we go. That's... Oh, God. It's not terrible, but it's worse. She appears to be coming. Right, I'll wait for her to get a bit closer. Actually, I'm going to have a quick look around. And I'll take the shot when she's a bit closer. Is there anyone else? Not that I can see, and she has started trotting. Okay. I'm not sure that hit her. That's bizarre. What other track did I pick up? Is there multiple foxes? There might have been, you know. I don't think I've tracked anything else, and this blood is not from whatever made the call that I ID'd in order for me to find out there was something down here. Okay. New trail, yeah. Body. Bollocks. Right, I'll see you when I find her. Assuming, of course, that I do. Right, I've caught up with the fox. I do believe that's its dead body there in the rocks. But there was a call and I saw a fox walking there. How are you? 15 to 28. That's the same size and score, isn't it? It's definitely a different fox because it was a new track when I ID'd its call. There you are. That grass is a bit annoying, but that grass further away is even more annoying. Okay. A second dead fox. Now, like I said, the scores were the same, so, you know, it still might not be enough, but just in case... Okay, that wasn't a dead body, never mind. So, where are you? There. Alright, so I'll get to the closest track of the first one, and then I'll go and get the second one. Okay, wish me luck. Needs to be over 22 in score. Fuck you! Okay, back to the first one. Right. To be honest, I think I'm going to give up with this fox. So, I'm pretty sure I only found one blood track, and that was where I first hit it, and that said body. I don't think this fox is actually going to die. So, I think I'm just going to abandon it and go see what I can find further north. Yeah. Oh, so it fled when I shot the other fox. It was that close. It was, yeah, it was about 50 meters away from the other fox. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you when I find something else. I mean, I was thinking a 22 plus was going to be a bit of a problem. I think I said it even when I started the video. But, you know, plod on. Right, I caught up to the male fox. It made a call, so it's probably calmed down now, so it won't count as spooked or nervous. Because as far as I know, they don't call if they are. As you can also see, I've already snuck over and put down the spinner decoy and used the predator jackrabbit jobby. So we'll see if he comes into the call. There he is. He's one of the dark variant ones. Where's he gone? There he is. Yeah, sorry if you can hear the noisy neighbours, but again, window open, and because it's hot, they're outside playing and having barbecues and stuff. Various different neighbours. Alright, well, I don't hold much hope, but you never know. Okay, pick that up. Pick him up. He's going to be shit, I expect. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on. Fox inbound. So I found his tracks, estimated weight of 10 to 20 kilos. I then heard his call, so I set up the little, oh for Pete's sake, I set up the little spinny up on the hill to my right. Oh come on, you gave me a really nice shot just now. There we go. And there he is. So his estimated score, oh! I do love it when they, you know, take a second to decide whether they're going to die or not. Can I see its dome? Yes, I can. Right, well that should definitely be it. If we need an over 22, and 22 was its lowest estimate, that should be it. And since I've already got his 3 tracks, because I've been tracking him for I've been tracking him for 3 tracks, actually. There you go. 3 tracks and then his call, so technically I've got 4. Pick that up and then I'll go and get him. Right, here he is. And headshot. 27.2. Not a bad fox. I mean, they go up to just under 34, and my PB is 28.6. So when you compare it to my PB, it's pretty nice. Right, there we go then. So, off to Hirschfelden next for the Roes, and hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe a fallow or 2. Right then, back on Hirschfelden. Plan. So, while I've been trying to hunt the fallow deer, there is quite often roes in these fields. Oh, do you know what? I've started in the wrong place, but never mind, because there's also quite often roe at... The fuck was that? I don't know if the microphone caught that loud bang. It's a Land Rover pulling a trailer. Something fell over in the trailer. Anyway, blah. So, and also down here tends to be quite good for roe. And when I was looking for fallow down here, there was always roe. Yeah. So I'm going to focus on those 4 areas, I think. So next hunt, I won't bother going up there now, but the next hunt, I should have thought to start up there. Equipment, I'm basically carrying the same equipment that I'm using for the fallow. So I'm carrying the... Oh, really? That's right, so I'm carrying the model 1891... because I need to rank that up. Just in case I come across a grouse, I have this. Oh, or a pheasant, if it scores nice. And for silent takedowns, of course, the snake bite. And I'm in mixed camo. It's a 4-piece of field and a 3-piece of forest. So, I will see you when I come across some roe. Okay, just had a call from a Roe Deer buck over on the red dot. Now, I'm not sure what path he's gonna take, so there's a crossing, hang on, let me look through there. You can just make out the stones sticking out the water, that's one crossing, and then there's another one further that way where my blue flag is. Now I think that one's the closest one, so he's probably, there you go, here he is. Right, I need somewhere with less grass. How big are you? That's what she said. Right. 35 to 90. Oh, you're nowhere near big enough. Alright, I'll take you with the bow, and you'll count towards the campaign, I suppose. Okay. Here we go. Shut up, piggy. One dead roebuck. Ooh, that looked painful. Yeah, sorry about the noisy neighbours. That's a bunch of girls going past, schoolgirls. The noisy neighbours are now singing in their drunken stupor, so that's great. Okay, well, that'll give me a few points towards the slap dollar thing. I'll see you when I find something else. A Roe Deer buck across the river. I'm down south now. Probably get rid of the circles. There you go. So he's over there. There's a crossing here, so I should be able to see him fairly soon. Is there another crossing? I hope not. There he is. Is he going to be big enough for the mission? The last objective? I need a 120 plus. It's always the same, isn't it? Jesus. I mean, to be fair, I've had quite a bit of luck. That's a new fallow deer. I've killed a couple over at the hunting tower. So I'm going to have to bow this guy. Too early, get down. There we go. Okay, and now. Dee-dee-bee-dee. Okay, where was... oh, over there. Okay. So these fallow deer, I'm going to call him over because I still have mission 10 to do, but their caller doesn't last very long, and they tend to walk really slowly over to where you called. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it. And then when they get bored of the fact that they're on their way to the caller, they then trot away at like 100 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this would be the end of my hunting today, so I'll see you tomorrow, I expect. I have an inbound Roe Deer buck. I haven't spotted it yet to see what its estimated score is, because it came from somewhere unseen and now it's quite close. So I'm just going to pop it and see what it scores once it's dead. There he is. Oh, I suppose I could see what it scores now, but either way the recording has started. Yeah, alright then. Arrow will do. And that is why I want to level up that bow, for Pete's sake. Wobbly wobbly. Alright, moan over. Okay, well, he's not going to count towards the mission, but he is going to count towards... that's a doe, by the way. But he will count towards the slap dollars. Well, this is going to be an interesting clip. That's a female. So, I am currently doing the flip-flop day event next mission where I need a 120 Roe Deer, and fallow deer mission 10 you might do, where I need a 155 fallow. Now as you can see, fallow over there, Roe Deer down there, this clip is going to be in both videos, which is a bit trippy for me. It's very Matrix. Don't run towards the fallow. Just fall down dead, please. Stop it. So, that fallow deer there with the big antlers is a 120 to 195. I think that roe died. Right. Those fallow got bored of the rattle already. Yeah, so there's that. I have a female coming in as well, which I can put towards the slap dollars. Squeak! Right. If the female roe gets here first, I will bow her for the slap dollars, and if she doesn't, I'm going to Mosin the Gaunt, the big antlered fallow. Yeah, I think I'm going to ignore the roe and shoot the fallow with the rifle. Okie dokie. So for those of you watching the fallow deer mission video, I'll see you at the fallow deer, and those of you watching the flip-flop video, I'll see you at the roe. Okay, here we are at the Roe Deer. It needs to be 120 or more. Yeah! Oh, good. Shit. Why didn't that count? That should have counted, shouldn't it? Oh, piss! No, I don't believe it. After all those times where I said, don't worry, I've remembered, don't worry, I've remembered, and then I take a couple of days off and completely fucking forget. Oh, god damn it. Right, I'll see you at the next Roe Deer then. Right, I'm here on Hemmeldal now, because I think trying to hunt the fallow deer as well for the 10th mission is interfering. I mean, certainly that cock-up from that tower was definitely because I was trying to hunt the fallow deer at the same time. But the fact that there was actually fallow deer there at the exact same time was part of the problem. So I've come to Hemmeldal, where I don't need to worry about any other missions. And I have a buck incoming. It called from over there on the red dot. I've set myself up on this boulder here, and over by that big boulder over there I've put down some wee. Thought I heard footsteps, and I used the caller. There is a doe with him, so I will probably bow them both. Okay, looks like he had multiple females with him. That's the second that's called. Worryingly, the buck hasn't arrived yet. Another one. I don't believe it. I bet that was the male as well. I can see a male running in. There he is. Any good? Possibly. Okay, he fell over. Okay, I'm going to risk going over. He was a 100 to 150. So 120 is possible. Now I don't know if he was the same buck that called earlier. And even if he was it the one that ran away and therefore was he spooked? I have no idea. Who that? Another female. Loud rumble. I apologise again for the outside noise. I got the window open. Oh well. Oh, for Pete's sake. I'll bring you back when I come across another buck that might score big enough. Okay. I stayed here for a little while, bowing does that came to the call and the urine. I went and checked the track of the fleeing Roe Deer. It turned out that it was a doe. It, funny enough, came back. I bowed it and it ran away again. Those are the tracks you can see there on the hunter, mate. The one closest to my arrow point is its blood track. Anyway, the red dot on the map is because another buck called from over there. So I'm now waiting for... I put down more urine and another squeak. And I'm waiting for it to run in. Okay, there's the doe. Buck still hasn't arrived. Of course, she's going to run directly towards him. Yeah, I guess the buck walked out of range before I got back to the rock and put down the urine. Oh well. Disregard this recording. Oh! There he is! There he is! $105 to 160, I think that said. Okay, wish me luck. Although that probably means he's going to score about 106. Alright. See you with the next one then. I have another Roe Deer buck. Its score... Oh! It's gonna do it! It's gonna do it! Quickly with the rifle and... Nice! That was a 150 plus. Okay, go get him. I don't need its tracks. That's good, so I can just run over, pick him up, complete the mission. Do you know, I was thinking I might have to title this video Mission Failed. Let's have a look. 176. Hooray! Finally got an unspooked 120 without using a stand. What? On the 18th? Oh, I was shit. Right then, it's time for the last part of the flip-flop day event, and that's the third competition. I've already checked, it's a feral hog competition. Unspooked feral hog, my heaviest is my entry. And so I went too far down. So I'm currently 315 away from the level 1 requirements. So this competition, if I qualify, will give me 100. That'll leave me 215. Each Roe Deer is 20, so that'll leave me with 11 Roe Deers to kill. Right. I will see you in game. Right, for the feral hog then, I'm here on the Bayou of Rougarou. Yes, my plan is to go down this way and then hunt in this area. Although I only need one feral hog, so I'm probably not going to need that entire area. I am, of course, in a 7-piece of the Summer Swamp camouflage. Equipment-wise, I'm bringing the 9.3x62 Anschutz rifle. And, of course, the snake bite for some silent killing. Right, so I'll see you when I find a feral hog. There is a hog in front of me, and it is 160 to 175. That's a bit meh. So, look at the hunter mate, right? Those little X's was a 185 to 205 kilo hog. Now, I'm following it standing, like you do, and the point where it turned around was the point where I first came across its, solid line track. Do you know, I'm going to bow this one, just in case the other one, so it ran that way. Yes, I swear the game does it on purpose. So, yeah, I'm following it stood upright until I come across its solid, the solid cone on the hunter mate. And the first one I get is the one just before it sees me and flees. Grr. Okay, so that one I just bowed didn't go very far at all. Now, I don't know how far the bigger one would have fled, but I would imagine it's still within range of the caller. So I am going to stay here for a little bit. But I will see you either when this one comes back or when I go and pick up that one that I just bowed. Except another one has shown up. Slightly bigger than the first. Looks like there was a little herd of them up there, or whatever the group name of feral hogs is. Yeah, I'm gonna bow this one as well, and hope that the bigger one does come back. Okay. Right, again, I'll see you in a bit, whether I get the big one back or if I pick up those two. Well, I didn't have to wait long at all. It's literally been seconds, but look who's back. 185 to 200 kilo feral hog. He's now dead. Ah! Sorted. Right, I'm going to go pick him up and see what he scores. So, I do actually have the leaderboard of the competition open. Now, I'm not going to, keep going. This will be it, just these three. But this one looks like he might be competitive. Possibly on the first page. Assuming he counts, because he did flee 188.8. Just off the bottom of the page, I believe. Yeah, typical. But still, there we go. Ha ha ha! Right, so what I'm going to do now, other than pick up these 2 feral hogs, is go hunt those 11 Roe Deer on Hemmeldal. But I'm going to call this the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got some enjoyment out of it. And hopefully I'll see you in another video. So thank you again, and goodbye.